This is President Okeg aboard Starfleet 1. Remember, this conference is vital to the future of the galaxy.
Captain Sean here. Copy that, Mr. President. Best foot forwards at all times. The crew of the Belfast has been briefed.
Captain Cargren, Klingon Empire Liaison to Anik Okeg, standing by. President, the IKS Nema is ready to escort you.
Good to see you, and right on time, as expected of a true Starfleet officer.
Miral Paris, Chief of Security of the USS Belfast.
I hope you don't mind me checking in along the way. This meeting is delicate, and I'd like to make sure everyone is prepared.
Glad to have you with us, Mr. President. Any words of wisdom before we arrive?
Kittimer is a key location in the history of our two civilizations, and home to many important meetings.
This planet hosted the Kittimer Conference of 2293, if I'm not mistaken.
Conspiracies aside, the final outcome was historic, and its gift of peace lasted for generations.
Let's hope for a similar outcome today. Your attendance is as much of a security risk as it is a show of goodwill.
Lieutenant.
It is up to the Federation to take this first critical step. We cannot allow a repeat of Cestus 3.
Sir, sensors are picking up several Gorn vessels in the area. It's an ambush.
Rebel Gorn! So some of them are willing to stand up and fight after all. March!
This is Okeg. Starfleet 1 is under fire. Shields won't hold for long.
Hang tight, Mr. President. We won't let you down.
The Klingon Empire will fall!
Captain, Starfleet 1's primary hull is down to 75%. Starfleet 1's primary hull is down to 50%. If a fight is what they want, then the Belfast is captured alive.
No bold moves, Lieutenant. Focus on Starfleet 1.
Disrupt the conference! The Saurian must perish! The ship must fall!
The ranks are thinning. I'm detecting fewer Gorn starships in the system, Captain.
We have bested these Sithar fools. They were ready to die just to take out your president in battle.
Starfleet 1, this is the USS Belfast. What's your status? Starfleet 1, come in. Do you copy? Mr. President, do you...
USS Belfast, IKS Nema. This...
Mr. President, we need to postpone this conference. It's much too great of a risk for you to take. Our scan should have picked up on that ambush.
Postponing this conference...
The Belfast and the IKS Nema have sustained minor damage as well. Most of the Gorn attack... The Belfast will run a scan as well. Something does feel off. Activating long-range sensors and tachyon detection grid. Sensors are clear, sir. No threats detected, masked or otherwise.
Let's resume course before that changes.
Attacking Klingons is one thing, but the Federation? I find the circumstances of this Gorn ambush a little odd.
I agree. The Gorn should have challenged my vessel instead. Fought against one of their Klingon conquerors. Cowards.
The Gorn shouldn't have been able to close in on Starfleet 1. We need to improve our response time. President O'Keg.
The Federation is honored to be received on Kittimer. I can assure you that your openness...
Once you've made it planetside, Lieutenant Paris will brief you on security measures. Remember, stay sharp.
Miral, or should I say, Lieutenant Paris.
Doctor, I've missed you. You haven't aged a day.
Well, I am afraid that's how it works. But if it would put you at ease, I can add an aging subroutine to my matrix.
Not on my behalf. You're perfect, just the way you are. Are you part of the President's delegation?
That's right. As the leading expert on species 8472, President O'Keg is hoping that sharing our research with the Klingons will make up for our dismissal of the Undine threat. This and a ceasefire deal will hopefully lead to lasting peace between our people.
The Doctor pioneered research on the Undine aboard Voyager. It was considered revolutionary, both then and now. It is a pleasure to meet you, especially after your crew's incredible performance in the Kittimer system. I will let you get on with your security tasks and prepare for the conference. Doctor?
Good to finally meet you in person.
It's nice to put a real face to the name.
Ah, hold it right there. Just a moment. Greetings. I am the Emergency Medical Hologram Mark I, but you may call me Doctor. A pleasure to meet you, I am sure. If I may offer a recommendation, while I doubt you will encounter any Undine infiltrators here, you may still find my latest research quite riveting, should you wish to test it out. Here is a parameter you may use to optimize your tricorder for species 8472 biosignature detection. The science behind it is nothing short of remarkable.
I'll follow your lead. All right, let's start with this area.
A Klingon in a Starfleet uniform? Just bah!
Pitiful.
Scans are clear. It seems these Klingons have taken note of my appearance. I've never hidden my hybrid nature. Let's scan this room.
Another rebel attack in Klingon space. Reprehensible.
King Slathis does not assent to these renegade acts.
This area is clear. If the Gorn delegation is telling the truth, then the ambush we just thwarted was a rebel attack, and not a revolt instigated by the Gorn hegemony. Still, it seemed very... Preparing to scan.
I am Ambassador Koss of the Klingon Empire. I wish to meet with the Kuvah-Mach.
The Kuvah-Mach is an ancient myth. Paris is an impostor, a traitor to her people.
Peace with the Federation. Praetor vo narde krapu.
No threats detected. Quite a few opinions floating around today, huh? I say we speed things up and move on to the next room. Fine. You're right. You might know this already, but there's an ancient Klingon religious text that describes the Kuvah-Mach, or Savior, as a figure that will... What do you want to know? The prophecy foretells the arrival of a messianic savior, Kuvah-Mach. It is said that this figure is stronger than sickness itself and destined to heal the Klingon people, leading them to glory. Some even say the Klingons will know the Kuvah-Mach before the Kuvah-Mach themselves know the world. A spiritual recognition, if you will. What do you want to know? Leave no stone unturned.
What weight could a conference possibly hold without the attendance of Gemfok? Ha!
Yedoko! Walden is here in his stead. Now is not the time for dissent.
I'm detecting... false alarm. Just some residual readings. Running another scan.
We're all set, my good sir.
I will hold you accountable if this fails. There can be no deviation from the plan. Nach, Lodgman.
Of course. I will not disappoint. We have an agreement after all. Let's disperse.
A Klingon ambassador with a human attendant? I don't recognize the staff. I don't know about you, but I think I've heard enough. This technology doesn't match any known Federation or... Huh. Faint traces of verteron particles.
Cogran, it is simple, I assure you. Undine biology is adaptive, with a morphogenic cellular structure.
I am no scientist, but I do not dispute the utility of weaponry meant to identify and eradicate the Undine.
It's unfortunate we still know so little about them, despite the doctor's research.
Ah, Morale. Your disposition suggests that there were no polyfluidic phase variances to report.
That's correct. No Undine infiltrators, Doctor. But we did find something else. Captain Sean? Captain Cogran?
Good idea. That device is...
I agree.
Setting up a containment field, and done. Ready for transport. USS Belfast, this is Lieutenant Paris. We are beaming up an unidentifiable device for analysis. Stand by.
The conference will begin shortly. All attendees must gather in the Hall of Heroes, immediately.
Fellow delegations, the Federation is here today to seek peace with the Empire, in the hopes that it will be long-lasting. We believe we have been at odds for too long, and hope to prove today that our worth as allies is greater than our worth as foes. As a first act, we propose a ceasefire, then allying against a common enemy, the Undine. I have with me an expert who will share...
All this talk and no action! Why trust you, okay? Your Federation has already proven it does not respect the Empire! In the case of the Undine imposters in the Gorn hegemony, the Klingons were right all along, yet you failed to heed us.
You are right. And I know that Federation and Empire relations have often been tense, that our history is riddled with mistrust, that you believe we failed you on the topic of the infiltrators and the Gorn hegemony, and that our ways have been human-centric. But like Chancellor Gorkon, this Saurian too believes in the undiscovered country, and has read Shakespeare in the original Klingon. We'd like to start by sharing our classified research with you on the Undine, as a gesture of good faith. Doctor?
Greetings. You may call me the Doctor. It is an honor to speak to such a fine audience. I will be handing out data pads after our speech, so do stick around should you wish to discuss the details. As you all undoubtedly know, with great scientific advancement comes great responsibility. While ethics are not on the agenda, I am obliged to mention the dangers of the technology we have developed and the risk it poses to non-Undine life forms.
The Belfast is transmitting the results of the analysis performed on the unidentified device. It seems it's...
But I digress. To the crux of the matter, I have created technology that pairs modified tricorders with experimental nanoprobes. The tricorders, while still a prototype, detect the presence of Undine biosignatures. The nanoprobes are then... pardon me, my matrix.
Captain Sean, that device disrupts holo-emitter signals. Doctor!
Hegemony! We curse the Empire!
Captain! They've taken the Doctor!
Miral, look out!
Thanks. We need to take down these Gorn and retrieve the Doctor. Now!
Belfast, this is Sean. Khitomer Conference is under attack. Monitor all activity in orbit. No one leaves.
I knew I should have brought some cryo grenades along. We need to take down the last remaining Gorn.
Our warriors have identified additional rebel Gorn on the ground.
I assure you the Federation has nothing to do with this, Captain.
I'm coming with you. We need to retrieve the...
All right, but I know you well, Miral.
This is Lieutenant Paris aboard the Belfast. We have a lock on Bavat's ship, the IKS Warvig. Recommend we hail them together before we take any drastic measures. Diplomacy...
Call! Request denied!
My heart is just... Bavat has escaped with the doctor. The Belfast is tracking his ship's ion trail. Time to show these what we're made of. Give it all you got. That was the last of them. Receiving a hail from the Kittimer. I'm opening a multi-channel.
Belfast, this is Captain Sean. The situation is under control on Kittimer. We found a second device on stage attached to the podium and neutralized it. The device has the ability to disrupt photonic emissions and store holographic data, like a capsule. What's your status? Have you retrieved the doctor?
I missed a device? But we scanned the entire area. How is that possible? I increased my tricorder sensor aperture. I ran a multispectral sweep. I even enhanced subspace resolution instead of...
Steady, Lieutenant. The first device was no doubt a red herring planted in the room to distract us from the second, which in turn was shielded from our sensors by an experimental chronoton-charged cloaking field. That second device...
Captain, we need to go after the doctor. The Belfast is tracking Bavat's warp signature, ion trail, and projected course.
What the Belfast needs to do is remain stationed in orbit of Kittimer while President Okeg meets with the Klingon High Council. This attack has led to some very tense exchanges and great mistrust in the Federation and Gorn delegation. I can't argue with that. But for that same reason, I'll need you back in one piece after your mission. I can't lose you too, Lieutenant. The Belfast has to remain to supervise the situation on Kittimer and escort Starfleet 1 back to Federation space.
1 to beam over. Quite the fine ship you have. Here's the data the Belfast retrieved during our encounter with the Klingons. We've tracked the Warvig to the Hatoria system. We've arrived, and in enemy territory, no less. Sensors are picking up on multiple vessels in the area. Klingon patrol ships. Planetary archives also show Hatoria is home to a large nebula and an abandoned facility on the ground. I'm guessing that's where Bavat is holding the dock. We can either use the nebula's ionized gas to scatter our ship signal and travel at low impulse to conceal our movements till we reach transporter range. Or we can go in guns blazing and risk alerting the Klingons on the ground. We've been detected by Bavat's patrol ships.
Kubi, catafest. You stand no chance against House Bavat, false Kubakma.
That's all of them. Let's stay alert going forwards. We're almost within transporter range of Hatoria. Let's move on. We are within transporter range. However, your comms officer intercepted and decoded a set of...
As I was saying, the nanoprobes developed to counter the Undine are... Wait a minute. Where am I?
Bajach Emelv, you fool! Sing, the data! Is it ready?
Soon, Bavat. I am extracting the genetic information from the doctor's holomatrix. It'll take some time to bypass his security subroutines.
You know, in some cultures, it is considered ill-mannered to interrupt a sentient life form, especially a brilliant physician. If you're interested, my research paper, The Art of Turn-Taking, a study on conversational analysis in Delta Quadrant species, has...
Hold your tongue, you insufferable projection of wasted photons!
According to the Federation's archives, this facility used to be a penal colony and still houses functional security systems to this day. Speaking of, I'm picking up on a photonic signal that matches the doctor's holosignature, but it's faint. My guess is he's being held in one of the facility's lower levels.
Yintag! The Kubermark has arrived! But can she swing the battle?
If my mother taught me anything, it's how to deal with petty abuse. That was all of them. Maybe we can still stealth our way through this facility. I'll cover you. Lead the way.
Unlock your security protocols and give me the data, Patach!
Ambassador Bavat, this is absolutely ludicrous behavior, and very dishonorable, I'll have you know. I refuse to be probed any further. If you have developed a passion for genetics, then I encourage you to conduct your own research. I am sure you will find the funding.
Sing, increase the hologram sensitivity calibrations, and bypass safety protocols.
That hurt! This is not how one treats a guest in their repurposed prison. Or perhaps it is.
They're hurting him. I'm sending out an electromagnetic pulse to disrupt that console. It'll buy us some time. By tampering with the doctor's sensitivity calibrations, Bhavat and Singh are making sure that he feels pain the way a biological life form would. Effectively, they're torturing him. I know, not a bad plan. We'll investigate the facility as we head towards the doctor's coordinates. But let's do this quickly. I can't let this go on for much longer. Before you go any further, let's talk about the facility's security sweeps. Some areas of the facility are being scanned periodically by security consoles. Unapproved life forms that come into contact with the scans will likely trigger an alarm, alerting nearby enemies or heightening security protocols. We should avoid detection if possible, and find a way to deactivate the scanners. Heads up. The area ahead of us is being scanned. My scans are picking up on low-level electromagnetic signals coming from beyond that sweep. Now, what do we have in here? Consoles running on residual power.
Amar Noonian Singh, Research Log, File 13. My first experiment proved unsuccessful. Amar Noonian Singh, Research Log, File 14. Amar Noonian Singh, Research Log, File 19.
They're experimenting on people.
The primary focus of the project is gerontology, the study of aging in various life forms. The Federation Science Council has given me permission to test various forms of genetic modification to find treatments.
Yes. How did Bhavat and Singh get their hands on proprietary Federation logs? We can't let them keep...
And it's not a proud moment in Earth's history either. Khan was the greatest of the augmented conquerors in the eugenics wars. He was the ruler of more than a quarter of Earth, and when the people rose up against the augment tyrants, Khan and some of his...
I'm all for eradicating degenerative diseases, but looks like a security sweep can be deactivated from that console. Security functionality deactivated. Let's move on. I'm detecting life signs in the room ahead.
Klingon Mach, Grethor's gates stand ready to welcome you.
A Bhavat welcoming committee. That's too kind. Remind me to thank him later. That's all of them. Let's look around for anything that might help us.
Amar Noonian Singh. Amar Noonien C.
Doctor's Log Supplemental Stardate 86324.7. It appears that 7...
I don't think Singh and Bavat are acting on behalf of the Klingon Empire. It looks like we can deactivate a security sweep from in here. This room is clear. Another security sweep. We should check this room. Some of these consoles are still active. No doctor in here, but maybe we'll find something that can help us.
Amar Noonien C.
Doctor's Log Supplemental, Stardate 54518.2. The genetic material retrieved from the unborn Klingon hybrid by the name of Miral Paris, sampled with the consent of her parents, Lieutenants B'Elanna Torres and Tom. Miral is doing well. I know that the crew of Voyager will protect her, at least until she comes of age and chooses her own path. I expect there will come a day when the...
That must be exactly what Singh and Bavat have planned, but why? The Klingon... You know the drill. That's it. Deactivate it. Let's keep moving. Klingon and Gorn life signs up ahead. Prepare for a fight.
Have you come as a sacrifice, Kuvakma?
Where's Buch? The only thing I'm sacrificing is my time, you useless har.
Glory to the Gorn, and Bavat the benefactor. All shall fall. This is the price.
These Gorn are too far gone and blinded by Bavat's empty promises.
Surrender yourself, Kuvakma, or prepare to die with dishonor.
That Gorn looks similar to the ones who disrupted the Kittimer conference. Let's press on. I'm sure the doctor is counting on us. Tricorders are detecting a photonic signature further ahead. Lead the way. There are too many security sweeps in this hallway to evade. We have to keep investigating to deactivate them somehow. This console doesn't appear to deactivate the security sweeps, but I see another one. This appears to be a security console connected to an audio-visual feed.
The exobiology lab is ready, Bhavat. We are only missing the data.
Huicha! How hard can it be to retrieve data from a hologram?
Ambassador, may I remind you that I am the emergency medical hologram Mark I. I served aboard the USS Voyager during
Silence! Do you wish to have your vocal interface deactivated, you insufferable tar? Quiet. Someone is watching.
Miral.
Hello, Kuvach.
Damn it, we've been detected. And he's taunting us. We need to come up with a plan. Quickly. I recognize that tune. It was a song he used to sing to me when I was a child. It was written by Kolar, commander of the IKS Shan and his people. The piece is dedicated to the Kuvach. The part trap or not, I won't abandon him. That might just work. If they're willing. Some security parameters were shut down when Bhavat cut the feed. Stay sharp. The area ahead is being scanned. We still need to get to the lowest level of the facility. We've been detected. We need to be more careful. The security sweep is active. Watch where you step. We did it! We're in the clear. Let's move on. This must be the exobiology lab. You know, I minored in biogenetics at Starfleet Academy. Time to put those skills to good use. A sample of human genomic base pairs. Creative, but I'm not sure about adding Gorn chromosomal markers. A sample of Klingon polynucleotide clusters. This mix might just do the trick, at least for now. Time to enact our plan.
The data has almost been decrypted, Bhavat. Soon, we will be able to dispose of the hologram.
Miral, what are you still doing here? I mean, a Klingon hybrid I have never seen before.
Don't worry, Doctor. We're here to break you out.
Lieutenant Miral Paris, or should I say Kuvach Mach, here to take your friend's place? He's kept your seat warm.
Let him go.
And why would I do that?
Because we have what you need. A sample of my DNA. The missing piece to your scientific puzzle. You're creating an army, right?
I am creating a movement. Soon all will pledge their allegiance to the new Klingon Empire and bow before its ruler.
That's only a fantasy without my DNA, Bvat. I'll give you the sample if you release the Doctor.
Miral, I strongly advise you do not.
You're bluffing. Hand it to my assistant, now.
Let the Doctor go first.
Fine. Free the captive, Singh. This is a ruse! A counterfeit! Now, Singh!
Let's see how you fare against my latest experiments.
Confirm. Ready.
The Doctor's genetic research will have to do for now. Time is on my side! Can you say the same, Kuvach?
We can't let him escape!
No! It's too dangerous! I'll go!
I love you, but you've got to trust me. I have to go after him, and you're needed here. You're the galaxy's only hope against the Undine. I don't know where I'm headed, but if I make it, I'll give you a sign. Protect the Doctor. I'll go after Bvat. We'll meet again!
If you handle the fighting, I will search my database for intelligence on the Gorn. Should you require medical assistance, then I will be at your disposal, if you stay alive, that is. I'm a doctor, not a miracle worker. Gorn are exothermic creatures, and therefore vulnerable to the cold, used or environment. They are also apex predators, with instinct-driven threat responses. Augmentation has driven these Gorn to insanity. our only chance to make it out alive.
What a fight! I was anxious, even as an onlooker. Well done! We've got an unethical scientist on the loose. Where is Singh? I am registering his biosignature, coming from a nearby transporter room.
This is Singh. IKS Warwick. Come in! Anyone!
Not so fast, Singh. The jig is up.
Fine. But if you think apprehending me will have any effect on my plans with Bhavat, you are deluded. Bhavat has the genetic data he needs to proceed. None of you will be able to change that. Not even the Kuvach Mach. In time, Bhavat will convince her to join his 10,000 augment army. All of your ruses are pitiful. Your genetic concoction of Klingon and human DNA did not even pass a visual inspection.
I've dealt with my fair share of rude scientists during my time aboard Voyager, but Amar Noonien Singh might just take the cake. Now that this air... Yes, he did. I suggest we return to where we last saw Bhavat and investigate the area. I'm sure we will find something that will enlighten us on the matter. Nothing a tricorder scan won't illuminate. Oh my. Your scans reveal the presence of residual chronoton particles. That, my friend, suggests a temporal aperture once existed. I'm afraid it will be difficult to pinpoint on our own. I suggest you report back to Starfleet for now. I am sure Command will want to hear all about this. I can say Captain Shan will be enthused about Miral's disappearance, and I do feel somewhat responsible for that. I'll break the news to him when we return, but I expect he will contact you later. We'll be
My army promises glory to the Empire and its great houses. A new dawn, a new era for the worthy warrior. Together, we will finally become an empire worthy of Kalesh. We will wipe out the Federation and conquer their people once and for all. Kapla!
Klingon nach! Klingon nach! Klingon nach!
Bhavat! Where am I?
I wish I could say our mission was a total success, but my chief of security is unaccounted for, and the conference hasn't unfolded as President Okeg had hoped. Bhavat is still out there somewhere, but there's still a glimmer of hope in all of this. Somehow,
Jolan True. Thank you for your assistance.
This is Rear Admiral Felicia Harrington of Starfleet's Deep Space Operations Command. An outpost in your area has received a distress signal from an Allied starship. Unidentified weapon systems are powering up in your area. It's an ambush. Heads up! Hostile units are closing in on your location. Threats in the system have been cleared. You may begin ship repairs. Scans are clear. The system has been secured for now. Thank you for your help. Scans are clear. The system... This is Rear Admiral Felicia Harrington of Starfleet's Deep Space Operations Command. A local squadron has been taken down in a recent... Heads up, you've got company. Weapons components have been secured. Return them to the ship. Hostile forces are on their way. That was a close call. There are engine components to retrieve near your position. Starship's engines are back online, but hostile forces are incoming. The Starship is no longer in critical condition and will be able to make it out of the area safely. Scans are clear. The This is Rear Admiral Felicia Harrington of Starfleet's Deep Space Operations Command. Allies in the system are under attack. Support is required. Keep focusing your efforts on rescuing the escape pods. There are 2 more groups of escape pods left to rescue. You'll need to switch focus. Engage any remaining hostile forces.
Ship is under attack. Warning. Ship is under attack.
Thank you for your assistance. All hostile ships have been thwarted and... Scans are clear. The system...